So I've got a little prediction, okay? I'll set it right here and you can watch it throughout the entire routine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal it down with just my wallet for this case. So you can see it there. Good. Okay, and we got a couple cards here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to lay the cards out like so. And the spectator may choose any or point to any two cards that they so choose. And let's say they point to these two. I'm like, okay, we'll eliminate all the rest. We'll set all the rest aside. Okay? And next we have the spectator nudge one towards me. They nudge this one towards me. You left that one for yourself. Okay. And I just wanted to really stress the situation. Okay? You had choices, you eliminate down to one. And I want to show actually in this case the other choices, okay? And I think you made a pretty interesting choice. Could have chosen that one, this one, or this one. All blank choices. We happen to go upon this one, which happened to be, in this case, the word coffee. Yeah, very interesting. You can see that. And then the prediction was, and then you can turn it over. Oh, you can turn around. Sometime, coffee, sometime. Hey, I'm Dan. And I hope you enjoyed this little mini routine. So here is another little wacky throwaway routine idea, but actually has a lot of uses to it and I think is very commercial. I'm probably going to call this White Fang romantic version or something to that nature, but I just think there's a lot of great uses for this. And you can use just aces instead of blank cards if you want, but I just think it's for the clean effect. It's just good that we use just buy a blank deck of cards. You could buy them from Penguin or one of the magic dealers, and then just write it out with a Sharpie, coffee, sometime, and then you can go from there if you really like this effect. So the effect is, or the setup is 4 blank cards, and then the words coffee and then sometime. Now, this was inspired again from my original one. I want to make it romantic, engaging, and people do like the White Fang original one, or the ladies do, surprisingly, for how simple it is. It plays. It's great. And I've tested multiple times to say that it does. So what's great is we can do this. So the setup is that we have the coffee card, okay? And the coffee is going to go with the rest of the blank cards. It's going to be second from the face. So we place the coffee card second from the face right here amongst them. And we have, so it's blank card, blank card, blank card, then the coffee card, and then finally the other blank card, okay? And then this goes face down so you can actually see it again. There, okay? And then right on top of all that goes the sometime card, okay? And you can change the words to whatever. If you don't like coffee sometime, you can change it to whatever you feel like, okay? I'm just throwing some ideas out there for you to play with, okay? So we start out, I have a little prediction for you, okay? And then we're in a sitting situation where we have a table, we can talk, maybe you're standing, whichever, okay? We deal off the sometime card. To the side, I have a little prediction, and it's something cool you could play with, like just the concept you could play with. Cool idea. And then we take out our wallet or something we could set on top of it, maybe a card box, set on top, whatever, and it goes on top of there. Okay, and now we've got the 5 predictions. Now you can mess with the top 3 cards as I like to do, just seem like I'm shuffling them around before we even continue on with the trick. Okay, so now again, second from the face. We then lay the cards out. If you want to, you can deal out like this. Just remember that the card is second right here. If you want another idea you can do, let's position it back. Okay, second from the face, is you could just spread them out and then you can note that it is right there. Okay, so as they choose, it's just basic equivoque twice or 3 times, which is really nice. So let's say they point to these 2, then we can eliminate all the rest, and then we can go into the next choice. Let's say they don't choose it. Let's say they choose this one and this one. Okay, then we can eliminate those choices. Then they point to another 2, let's say these 2, then we can eliminate this one, and then they can nudge one towards me. And so you get the basic idea of equivoque. They nudge one towards me. In this case, it's the coffee card. And then, so in the case that they nudge towards me, then we eliminate the other one. Okay, we'll use this one, and then you can show it. Another example. That was just a basic overview of it, how I do equivocate, very casually. Okay, so coffee card right here. So let's say they point to any two. Let's say they point to these two. I'll give one more scenario. No, let's go for two different ones. Let's say they go for these two. We'll eliminate them. Okay. In this case scenario, let's say they choose these two. Okay, still not the coffee card. You go, okay, we'll eliminate these two as well. We're left with one, and then you can reveal it. Okay, so no matter the situation, you just eliminate everyone except the one very casually. So you got it no matter what. So in actual performance, they point to any two, let's say these two. Okay, we'll eliminate these three cards. Okay, now I just need you to nudge one towards me. You nudge this one towards me. Okay, we'll use that one, and then we can turn it over and we show coffee. Okay, seems simple, goes over everyone's heads. No one thinks you're forcing. Even though there's only a couple choices, which is just great. Okay, but we don't show it yet. We don't show coffee just yet. Then we stress that you could have chosen any of the other choices, and you can even show blank, 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 which is already surprising for audiences because they're not used to seeing blank cards, and the fact that there was no other choices lends more emphasis to this one having something on there, because they're like, oh, maybe they're all blank, and he's going to do something crazy. So it makes a beautiful situation. So you can actually show these. Okay, you could have had any of these choices. We turn it over, and it's coffee. And the natural inclination of people is, okay, the prediction right here is also going to say coffee, naturally. And that was a prediction, they matched. Cool, a little cheap effect, or some amazing effect. But the fact that I shifted it, and then I can turn over, or they turn over. I haven't discovered the preference for which, but they turn over, and it says sometime, and then you can turn around, and it says coffee sometime. Ha! And while it's cheesy as all heck, you create the idea for that. And if they decline, cool. Pick it up. They got a cool little effect, and you walk, which is no worries there. You just wish them a wonderful day. They got a magical one, and they got to feel special, which is validation for them. Though I think this just creating that dynamic is really cool. It's a spontaneous kind of semi-romantic way to do it. It just has a lot of byplay. And as always, I say, I'm not liable for this. This is just for educational purposes. And as always, I just think there's a lot of play to these types of routines. They're just make them so cool. And just coffee sometime is just a cool little thing. And something you should give a try, or modify it to make it yours. As I say for everyone, maybe some of these ideas aren't yours, but you can tweak a little bit, and now it's something for you. Great, I want you to have it. So, another one to throw out there for my more romantic socializing routines. And with that said, wishing everyone a wonderful day.